so freaking bad. Wrestle me.
Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling, episode 146, part 1, Faction Warfare, with what I thought was going to be a whole gang of motherfuckers from the Get Cho podcast, but
there's a blizzard outside.
I don't think I won. And his name's Justin. So, Justin, from the Get Cho podcast, what the fuck is up? How you doing, brother?
Yo, how you doing? How y'all doing, man? This weather is crazy right now. I mean, with the snow and everybody getting 3 inches, 5 inches.
That's it? You're lucky.
Well,
He's Asian, so he can crack Asian jokes. All right. I make funny. That was Master Splinter.
Nice.
It's pretty fucking wild, man. It's pretty shitty outside. I'm freezing my ass out here in the Juice Pro Wrestling universe.
Well, it's always cold out there.
No, sir. I don't like it. So, for all the people out there watching on YouTube and listening via any podcasting platform, thank you first and foremost for tuning in. Justin is also, like I said, a part of a Chicago podcasting group that talks about wrestling, and they're pretty fucking funny guys. At least they try to. I mean, they're all pretty funny for stiffing us and only giving us one of their fucking men. You know, I'm gonna be
bunch of jokers
all night, like I do my old lady. Ugh. I can't believe I just said that. I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm gonna catch beef for that.
Yeah, you're gonna get heat for sure.
Oh man, the heat. I wish I had some fucking heat. I need to create heat right now because I'm fucking cold as so cold. Anyways, you guys need to check out the Get Cho podcast. And what we're going to be doing today is a very special format. We're going to get a little bit of history and background on the Get Cho podcast. And then we're going to throw all our friendship and all that shit out the motherfucking door as we create the Faction Warfare. Another one of Stretton's silly ass games that hopefully this time around is a little bit better than the last, because let's face it, Stretton, you're only as good as your last game. And the last one with Sam Adonis was pretty god awful. So this is going to be your redemption song. And I'm looking forward to it, brother. But anyways, let's put the focus, the spotlight, if you will, on Justin and the Get Cho podcast real quick. Let us know what your show's all about, how you guys got started, and where you're going.
Well, basically, when we came from Asia, we decided that we need to. You know, me and my friends took a boat here. We each paddled one by one. And we're like, yo, well, come on. How long can it take us to get there? It's been, No, but all jokes aside, honestly, I mean, that's just a little bit of like what our show is like. You know what I'm saying? We're just like, jokey, you know what I mean? Like we come off as like very approachable people about talking about wrestling. Because at the end of the day, wrestling kind of gets to this part where it's like, do I want to like it? Do I want to talk to people that like it? Because sometimes people are a little too, we call them sweaties, like a little too overly passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we call them sweaties because they sweat with like negativity, and then they try to like get you with the wrestling elitists. Like they try to like ask you like, oh, do you know Tommy Dreamer's favorite color? Do you know when Sable was born and all that bullshit? Like,
no, but I know you're a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And like we kind of want to bring it back to when like wrestling was like when you were a kid. You guys remember watching Superstars and shit, and how it was cool just to go talk to like somebody at school about wrestling. Like they didn't really care. Like if you knew fucking where they came from and all that shit, you just knew that you liked them. And so that's kind of like what we want to bring back. And I noticed that you guys have this similar vibe. You guys want to talk wrestling and not be too serious about it because it's fun for you. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling is supposed to be an escape of like the stress and all the bullshit from your life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's not supposed to make sense. Do you see people on the IWC, fucking the internet wrestling community, and they're all like bitching about this, oh, they copied this from this. It's like,
oh my God.
Okay, did you wake up and brush your teeth? Because I did too. Like everyone, it all comes from somewhere. It's like gonna be repeated, what I mean? Just take it as a story. It's a story, you know what I'm saying? Wrestling, there's enough out there for people to like. And that's all we try to do is just, make it fun for everybody. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be.
As Jim Morrison from the Doors once said, take it easy, baby. Take it as it comes.
There you go.
You guys sprinkle a little NBA talk, a little basketball talk.
Yeah, because like that's another thing that we like to talk about. We like too is that we like other things other than wrestling. Like women, and women and no, just kidding.
Women in fast cars, some 440. Women who feel no pain.
There you go. And so, we like to incorporate NBA because that's another thing that we'd like to joke about too is the NBA. So we incorporate a little bit of that into the show as well.
Justin, let me ask you this because it's something that I wanted to do too. Me and Bodie are part of underground death metal scene, grindcore and all that shit. So, music is another obvious one of our big passions, as well as like video games and comics and horror and all this stuff. And I wanted to incorporate that all in the Juice Pro, but it seemed that, and I've even had feedback from some people, like friends of the show, that like, well, I like what you guys do, but when you start talking about other shit that's not wrestling, I kind of zone out. So, I mean, do you feel that you get that way? Well, your listeners get that way with you guys when you're talking about something else other than wrestling? Do you feel like there's maybe how would you say it? Like I don't even really know how to put the fucking words in it, but like
it kind of puts the vibe down type of thing
with your listeners, like if you're going to sit there, and I could sit here and talk, and I don't really watch a lot of modern NBA, but I mean, I still listen to enough fucking Sports Center to get some shit out and know what's going on.
Right. Who your people are and all this stuff, when it comes to the NBA talk, I mean, we do sprinkle it like Brody said, we try to congest it to like maybe 20, 30 minutes, but sometimes if the joke is funny, we get carried away. But to me, like at the end of the day, Juice Pro Wrestling, that's your show. That's what you guys like. You guys like metal, you know what I'm saying? Talk about it. For me, like the reason why we called our show Get Cho and nothing that has to do with wrestling is because at the end of the day, we knew that sometimes we're not going to talk about wrestling. We might talk about other things. So it was just a phrase. And then we just say that we are mostly talking about wrestling, but we do try to incorporate other things like, food is around the world. Right. Other things like shows that might be going on. We don't really dip into political, but when there's something funny about it, then we say something funny about it. But like, for me, if I had to give advice for you guys, talk about it. Cause you know what? I like music. I like all kinds of music, you know what I'm saying? So you never know. You might get that 1%, that like 5%, 2% people that might be like, yo, I'm glad they brought that up,
Yeah, we sprinkle it in, but I found it like, it just wasn't, I don't know. It didn't make me feel like I was getting to where I wanted to be with it, because I thought it would be cool. Like I know myself, if I found this show that we do and somebody else was doing it, I would be like, holy shit, these guys talk about a lot of shit that I like, and I'm kind of ADD. So I'm like all over the place.
I like stuff.
But,
oh shit, me too, man. I'm a little ADT myself. But you know what? Metal and wrestling are kind of like in the same realm. You know what I mean? They fit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole rock and wrestling.
Oh, yeah, they do.
All that shit. Comics, video games.
I mean, look at Triple H. He had Metalhead do his theme song. You know what I mean? You had Slayer on there. You had a couple people. I mean, I know that those are like probably not like the best, but I
like Slayer and I like Motorhead.
Yeah, no, I dig Motorhead.
Yourself, Justin.
Yeah.
I beg funny again.
I've been in wrestling for a long time, so it goes hand in hand.
Yeah. I felt like I need to get more attention on that other shit too. So I just started a whole nother separate fucking show.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true. You can do that too. But I enjoy listening to you guys, so I'll listen to you guys talk about anything. Ice cream? You guys talk about ice cream?
I can talk about some
ice cream. You scream. We all scream for the ice cream.
There you go.
How did you guys find each other? Like, what's the history? Like, how'd you find it?
Grindr?
Who's the guy that said like, hey,
no, not Grindr.
Podcast. Like, are one of you guys like the guy that like knows all about the mic shit or that kind of stuff? Like, how'd you guys?
Yeah. So, to go back to what you're saying, is that basically we're friends. We've been long-time friends. I mean, we've been friends from high school. We met at the mean streets of Chicago. Playing over there, Foster Beach. No, I'm kidding now. People are going to come at me and be like, hey, what the hell are you talking about? No, but honestly, we knew each other for a long time. We were all friends, in high school. Me and Daryl and Jay, we've been longtime friends. Jay's Daryl's brother. And then, Garn and Charlie, we met them in high school. And, while everyone is playing a serious game of like, up to 21 and shit, we're over there talking about Juice and Thunder Liger and fucking Great Mutal while we're like guarding each other, And like people would get mad because we're like, are you guys here to play or talk wrestling? We're like, a little bit of both,
Why not both?
Yeah, why not both? And so like, the whole Get Cho thing and the style and the humor that we have on the show is basically what we've been doing and how we talk ever since we were in high school. And, you know, when the whole podcast boom happened, we're just thinking like, you know, why don't we try it? Why don't we try it out and stuff like that? And so that's basically how it came to be. And as far as like the mics and the setup and what you're asking is that like, you know, in Bolingbrook, they have a media center, right, at the library. And it's like a fucking cool ass place. I mean, they have studios and all these like, you know, equipment, state-of-the-art equipment for you to like basically do whatever you want. You know, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to do 3D printing and all this other stuff, they have it there. And they had the podcast equipment and everything like that. And they had really nice mics. I mean, they had the Rodecaster, all this set up. And so we use that to shoot our first like 40 episodes. And then, you know, the pandemic happened and we couldn't go there anymore. So like, you know, I mean, it was a really good thing, and it was free. You just had to have a library card, you know? So,
I got super jealous when I found out that the majority of the Chicago suburbs libraries, like they all have podcast studios in the library set up. And then it's
That's
like,
crazy.
I looked at
That's the first I've heard of that. We tried to do a cool podcast. Well, Stratton did, and he failed miserably, but you know, not his fault.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to get the right equipment. And then if you have like,
and the right people.
They have 4 people or 3 people most of the time, you know, and it's like having all the equipment there and all that shit. You know, it's hard.
So you guys are, what is your collective number of, you know, people for your show on a regular basis? Was it like 4 or 5, 23 of you guys
17
jumping out of a little clown car and shit?
What do you mean? Like in terms of like
when you guys cut the show, like, did you have in mind like, hey, we're going to have like 32 people on here?
Oh, no, it's just 5.
Maybe because you liked Magic Johnson's number so much, you're like, hey, we need 32, you know?
reverse 23, Michael Jordan.
Right,
there you go.
Yeah.
All day.
Oh, but yeah, all day. Fuck LeBron.
Yeah.
Hey, the truth.
That's true.
Is the truth.
Is the truth.
No, I mean it's 5 of us. You know, what's it called? It's basically the 4 of us that do the show. We had Garn, who was doing like kind of like the consulting part, telling us like what we should talk about before and all this other things. And then Daryl would do our social media, and I would like help him with that. And now he's got a baby, a beautiful baby, and now I'm mostly taking over the social media stuff. So, and you guys talk to me on Twitter and Instagram. That's me. All caps, Mania. That's what I do, you know.
Yeah, I met Charlie. I think we all met Charlie at Bodie. Were you at that Warrior?
Oh yeah,
Probably.
Warrior Wrestling, I believe. Warrior Wrestling, is it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
He was a pretty cool dude, pretty nice guy. I wanted to, you know, grab his junk and see what he was packing. Seemed really nice
Yeah,
guy.
you did. I know you did.
Wallace, you make friends like how dogs make friends.
Exactly.
Nose in the ass. Let's see what happens.
Nose in the ass.
Let me sniff your ass and see if you're a quality person.
What do you got going on
man,
here?
if you could smell another motherfucker's soul, you could tell a lot about a man.
Hey, that's true.
Did you say hole or soul?
Oh, my hole!
Swallow your soul. Swallow your soul.
That's 100% true. I think that's something we all should do. Wear the mask, though.
Yeah.
True.
Fuck this mask. We live in dangerous in this world now.
I'm going bare nosed.
right. Hey,
When
go ahead, sir. You got a question?
No, when COVID first came out, they were talking about just how easily it was transmittable through shit spray. Like when people
Really?
if you take like a powerful dump in the toilet and you get up before you flush and you flush, like there's shit dust.
Yeah.
And it's like super infectious.
Like the shit to breathe.
Yeah. That's why I keep my toothbrushes in little drawers before I use them.
Oh yeah, dude. Always since day one, I've always kept my toothbrush in the fucking. See, there we go with the ADD shit. Off track, off topic, but I don't give no fucks.
These are vital informations. These are vital.
They are
Right, and and you know, as Justin, as you alluded to earlier, you know, you call them the sweaties. And then there are a lot of the fucking wrestling fans that are just like, God damn, man, take a shower, discover deodorant, you know, and hygiene because it's. And then the people wonder why you get COVID. You know, me and Stratton went to a bunch of shows. I've said it a million times. They got like deathly sick after a 3-show weekend in Chicago. It's like, God damn.
I believe it.
But I keep my toothbrush in one of those little fucking container things, you know, and I put it away. I got a little Adidas fucking hygiene bag, goes right in there.
Yeah, you do.
That's right. I also keep my dishes in there.
Your dill, what?
Those my dildo.
I knew it.
How'd the podcast go? I don't know. They did like 10 minutes on shit spray and toothbrushes.
And quaffs. We're gonna start talking about quaffs real soon.
Listen, it's a vital. You don't know. You don't want to be wiping your teeth with shit on it. You know.
Yeah, right.
It's a thing. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a public service announcement.
Yeah,
I
I eat
like
enough
this.
shit in life. I don't need to brush my teeth with it.
Yeah, I mean,
for real. So, you know,
What are you drinking, by the way?
this is just H2O. I'm doing this. I'm doing
Oh,
like-
high quality.
Just H2O. We usually like to have some drinks on the show. Keep it real. Sredden's got the water going. What do you got, Bodie?
Water.
Man,
there you go.
you guys
Great
make
for
me
free.
seem like I have a problem.
You do.
Not if
Probably
you keep that,
do.
Not if you keep that pinky up.
No, if you
Yeah,
keep the
right.
pinky up, you're all right.
Yeah, keep it
We're
classy.
Little Allison
Yep.
K for you. See, it all comes back to wrestling, motherfucker.
We're gonna do an episode. There's gonna be. We're gonna record an episode. There's gonna be like 20 people that we've done episodes with in the past. It's gonna be a big intervention.
Oh, dude. Put me on
This
that
is a special
20
episode.
People? 20 people? Let's go.
Oh, I
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Let's go.
Oh,
It's
I
gonna
just
look
got
like
a
a
good
freaking
idea.
Thunderdome on here, man.
I know you did, Strat. Write it down.
Justin, I want to ask you another question. Have you guys looked at I mean, you guys have had guests on the show before, but
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys really kind of strive to include, or is it just like, if you fucking feel like it, you try to hit somebody up?
Well, like for the guest thing, it's kind of like we're particular in terms of because you know we're Asian, and so we want to try.
So
to
you got to have other Asian people because you're racist? I get it, brother. I get it. I ain't hating. Hey, man, it's your world. I'm just living in it. Shit's getting wild. I told you it was gonna be fucking crazy.
Let's go. I'm cool. What's it called? Well, I mean, if The Rock ever wanted to come on, then let's go. That's fine. That's cool. You know.
Speaking of The Rock, did you see the trailer for Little Rock or whatever? What is it? Little Rock from the Sun?
Young Rock, I think it's called.
Young Rock.
I saw a little bit of it. It kind of looks like. Do you remember that time when he was on the '70s show?
Yeah.
So it's like a small piece of that episode. That
Him
is
and
just
Ken
going
Shamrock,
through.
I think.
Right, exactly. It's going into like a bigger episode. So that's the
It
kind
does.
of vibe
I think the casting was done pretty good, though. I mean, when you look at like the kid who was the Rock, goddamn, it looks almost just like him when he was a kid, and
Mhm.
his dad, Rocky Johnson, man, they're like the guy, he looks
He
like
looks
him,
just
and it
like
looks
him, man.
his mom,
Yeah.
and they got a pretty decent, okay guy playing Andre the Giant.
Yeah. Did you
I
guys see
popped-
the picture from Macho Man too?
Yeah, I saw Mach, man. He
Yeah,
looks
the
good.
Macho
Yeah,
Man
that's
looks
a great
great,
picture.
man. Let me
It looks
tell you,
pretty
it better look good. Yeah, I'm gonna
I mean, like, they're kind of a better cast than Dark Side of the Ring, but Dark Side of the Ring, you never really see the face. You just
no,
see,
and
like,
they use wrestlers. That's what I like about Dark Side is they actually use
Yep.
independent wrestlers and stuff for
Yeah.
you know, for a lot of that stuff. Like I know Pillman's gonna be fucking playing his dad when they have that episode drop.
that's gonna be weird. Like, imagine like you're the son and you have to kind of relive some of these things that you only heard of, and then some.
Yeah, but it was public. It was all public shit. I wouldn't think it would be like
true.
necessarily that weird because it's been in his fucking face for how many years now, you know? It's not like they're unraveling any secrets, you
like,
know?
You kind of have to be like, this is kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have to put myself in my dad's type of shoes, like physically and mentally.
Did you guys? I didn't watch it. Did any of you guys watch the NWA movie where Ice Cube's son played Ice Cube? Was that
Yeah.
weird? Was it good?
I have it.
It was awesome, man.
I thought he looks just like him, so I thought
Yeah.
it was great casting. I
Yeah.
mean, you couldn't.
Yeah, the
you
guy
couldn't
who
ask
played
for
Dre was
anything
awesome
better,
too, man.
You know,
Yeah.
and the dude's not a bad actor. I'll give him his props on that. I didn't
No,
like that.
he's been in a couple other
because
movies.
Yeah.
I'm
The
a
guy who
huge
played
Easy
Suge.
fan.
The guy who plays Suge looked like Suge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he did, dude. Yeah, that was a
Like I said,
Great
I'm a
look.
huge Easy fan, man, and I didn't think that they, really did him any justice on that movie. You know, there was a lot of bullshit. It's
Yeah.
much like the WWE telling you the story of WCW and ECW. You know, it's much the same thing. Easy's not around now to defend himself. Dre and Cube and them and Ren are the only ones fucking around. They And it was basically, this was Dre and Cube's story.
Yes.
This didn't really have shit to do with Ren or fucking, God damn it, who was the other guy? The villain in black. Oh, that was Ren. That was Ren. God, DJ Yella.
Yeah, Yella.
They, there wasn't too much of them involved in that movie, so they could kind of tell the fucking story they wanted to tell about Easy and embellish on some fucking bullshit. When, dude, I'll just say right now, if it wasn't for Eric Wright, that group, you never would have heard of them.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, like you said, like I always, when people were talking about it, like, oh man, this is so good and stuff. And I'm like,
you're having some sex.
Like I remember the behind the music video. Remember the behind the music, the VH1 special? That was a better version of the story. Because like I don't think Dre and all of them, I don't think they actually visited Easy when he was in there. I know they said that
I think he did. He did visit him.
Okay.
But there's just some shit. I don't know. Like I said, there was a lot of bullshit in that movie that it wasn't right. But hey, man, to the victor goes the spoils. If you're fucking still alive and you own a majority chunk of some like IP that's fucking huge and impactful, then you tell whatever fucking story you want. WWE.
Gene Simmons.
A little bit of Gene.
Whoa, yeah. Stand up.
We're what? How far are we into this episode? And people got to be wondering right now, like, what the fuck is going on?
Are they still talking wrestling? Is this the
dude? They're just probably enjoying the conversation we're having. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You better.
I don't give a fuck. We're about to go real deep into some wrestling shit. So before we tear into the fucking game, I want to talk about like what's been going on in the wrestling world, because we have so many fucking guests on that it's hard to get the time to, cut episodes where we can talk about like some of the shit we like or disliked, going on in the wrestling world. So WWE is signing a shit ton of talent to NXT.
Everybody.
You guys probably watched the Vengeance pay-per-view. And for those of you out there that are watching and listening that haven't, I'm sorry, but you're going to get fucking spoiled because we like to do that to you. So first of all, Eli Drake, God damn it. He shows up at the pre-show, does a great promo. Fucking awesome. I like Eli Drake, except his stance on junior wrestling is kind of fucking bullshit. Hey, it's 2021. Move on, motherfucker. God damn it. His name is LA Knight, and it made me think of fucking British Knights, dude. It made me think of the fucking LA Gear. Remember that shit? You get the little license plate of the shoes. I was like, they gave him a fucking snake.
They gave him a shoe name.
He said, LA Knight. Fuck that.
Remember that. Well, I'm not going to forget it. That's for sure.
Dude.
Maybe when he walks around, he's going to light up too,
Hot take. What do you guys think about that shit? I mean, I how WWE is with the fucking renaming. To be honest with you, I don't like the Rascals' new names, but whatever. I ain't going to bitch. They seem to be getting a good push.
Yeah. What does it even mean? MSK? Mask?
I don't know what I say it was. Mostly stone kids.
Mad stone kids.
Mad stone kids.
That's a good one. That's like the DJK. This like the DJK skateboard company. They're kids. It's something similar, I guess. No, but LA Knight, nah, that's
the worst.
That's a horrible name.
That's fucking garbage. I mean, right off the bat, to me as a wrestling fan, even though he is good, he's great on the stick, he's good in the ring. Can't take him seriously. I can't.
LA Knight.
You're named LA fucking Knight. What are you? Are you a fucking nightclub owner? Like what?
Yeah.
What's your backstory? What's your gimmick?
Yeah. What?
Strip club owner.
Yeah. What are you owning there? What are you running back there? Huh? I suppose you couldn't use LA Drake or LA Drake.
LA Drake.
LA Drake.
No, Drake. Nobody.
Remember Hobo with the shotgun?
Nobody fucks with the Drake.
Let's see who LA Drake really is. Oh, it's Eli Drake. But don't they have like 2 or 3 people named Drake in the NXT anyway? So they probably had to change his name. Drake Maverick, Tim Drake.
Yeah,
God, Drake Maverick
with young veterans.
Drake Maverick, Rockstar Pud.
But I don't know what to think about it. I mean, like LA Knight, it's a horrible name. But for the person, though, I'm happy that he's in NXT.
He's back.
So
because if people knew this or not, I mean, he was in WWE before and they cut him loose.
Right.
And much like they do with a lot of people, and they come back. Drew McIntyre, he was actually in the stable with Drew McIntyre and TNA. What was it? The Resistance or the Revolution or something like that. I don't know. You guys can fucking leave comments and let us know what it is and correct me because I'm wrong. It was him and then Haku's son. What's his Tama's brother?
Haku Jr.
Haku Jr. Jesus fucking
It's a good answer. Good guess.
I mean,
Scientific.
Tongaloa.
Oh, okay.
From the GOD. He was in it, and his name was Micah in TNA. So it was Eli Drake, Micah, and then fucking Drew McIntyre,
Drew McIntyre.
Crazy. But so also in NXT, I mean, you had a lot of shit going on. You had fucking, they ended with Adam Cole turning basically on the Undisputed Era. I think that's cool. They got to do something, man, because they're signing up a shit ton of these talents. Because I mean, let's face it, with what's going on right now, you have the most marvelous thing we could potentially ever see in wrestling with Impact, AAA,
NJPW.
New Japan, AEW, and what's fucking left of the NWA other than the goddamn name. I don't even know what's there anymore because everybody's fucking gone somewhere else. WWE, I think they're kind of like, hey man, we need to get all this talent. So to combat that, because that's, dude, you got some juggernauts go, if you look at AEW on its own or any of those promotions on their own against WWE, you can't really do it. But all of them working together that's something to kind of like, hey,
yeah,
watch what we're going to fucking do. We're going to take a good chunk of your fucking audience, at least the smart ones, that actually enjoy a quality product.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like they what they do is like they can't beat them all by themselves, so they have to join up. But the same thing too is that, which is kind of cool. It's kind of bringing back that like back in the day in the what's it called when they had the alliance and all that. Yeah, the territories. That's what I was gonna say. The territories. And like you got like one wrestler going to another promotion and going to this promotion. I kind of like that. So I kind of like what they're doing on that side.
Yeah, it's great.
The thing with the signing is that sometimes WWE will sign people and not use them just so they don't go anywhere else.
They do that. Yep. And exactly. So there's rumor of Taya being signed, which she's going to be starting out in NXT and moving up. Her husband, John Morrison, Johnny Mundo, whatever you want to fucking Johnny Nitro, Johnny a million names.
Johnny Butt Cheeks.
Johnny Butt Cheeks. Mm-hmm. I like it. She'll eventually make her way, I think, to the main roster, and she's good. She doesn't need to be in NXT. I mean, dude, Taya Valkyrie's she's awesome at what she does. But so there's another name, and I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Bronson Rick Steiner, son of Rick Steiner, aka real name, it's a shoot, bang, bang, Rick Steiner. They just signed him, and dude's a stud. He's like 6'2", like 230. Fucking got that Steiner build, man. So I'm pumped to see him because I would love to see the next generation of like the Steiner brothers or something.
Oh man, yep.
I actually never seen him wrestle. He's pretty good.
I've never seen him wrestle, but he had a tryout, I think, last year and supposedly impressed a lot of people. He's a natural athlete. I mean, it's in his blood. He got his dad and his uncle fucking training him. Yeah, who knows? I'm just pumped. I'm a mark for that shit, dude. Like,
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Same. It's funny, like, when you see like a lot of these like second, third, fourth generation wrestling kids come in, like you can tell they got the moves, they got the skill, but for some reason, like they just don't want to do it. Like Cody Hall. Like I don't know what happened to him.
God, he's
I don't know what happened to him. Dude. He was pretty decent. He was pretty decent in the ring, and I don't know what happened.
Got lazy.
Yeah, it's a matter of opinion.
Got an attitude.
Disagree with you on that. He's a real fucking asshole too in real.
Is he?
Yeah, I've been hearing that he expects things to be handed to him.
Okay.
Just because he's Scott Hall's son.
I can see that. I can see that now.
Hey, yo. Straighten up your act, kid. Give you the razor's edge.
All right.
Okay.
But I think the MSK thing, with the Rascals, they're pushing them. That shit was fucking awesome. So those guys deserve everything they fucking get. Other than that, like in NXT, that's like the only WWE thing I really try to even pay attention to, because it's really only quality programming.
The Gargano match with Kushida was the shit.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That was awesome.
And the Finn Balor match too. I heard that.
Oh my god, that was
amazing.
Great too, dude. Very good ring psychology in that match. That was amazing.
Other wrestling news. Did you guys hear about the Great Muta, aka Keiji winning the Pro Wrestling Noah heavyweight title, the GHC championship?
Yeah,
So
I
he's
saw
the
that.
only man ever to win all three of Japan's biggest heavyweight championships.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And now there's talk too. I just heard this today that he's going to be defending that belt on U.S. soil, on U.S. television. So he said he's got, I think he was speaking in Japanese, so I don't know. I can't really, Justin, can you help us out on that?
Oh, really?
All jokes aside. But he was saying something, they got the fucking shit. So you know what he's saying in English, and he's talking about, he got an email from Impact and other American companies. So dude, how dope would it be to see like Muta show up and as Muta? Like I don't want to see Keiji Muto, like give us what we fell in love with as a kid, the fucking spitting the green mist and all that shit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. The red face and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. The old school.
That would make me so happy. That would make me so happy.
He said miso.
How old is he?
Almost 60. I
was
think.
gonna say 60, 61.
He's like, I think he's 58.
58. Okay.
He's still good to go.
Oh yeah, he's got a few years left.
Yeah, man, I fucking love him, dude. Muta's one of my favorite wrestlers. Like he's in my top 5, dude. I fucking love him.
Yeah, Muta's a shit.
I thought it was great news. Great news. You guys get a chance to watch Impact this weekend too? This past weekend? No Surrender?
I didn't get a chance to see. Was it No Surrender? Right? It was No Surrender. Was that the name of the people? I didn't get a chance to see No Surrender yet, but I heard the Tommy Dreamer match was pretty good though.
Yeah,
fucking great card, up and down.
Right.
And here's one of the things I really like. There's a new Decay. Decay got back together. So Rosemary and Crazy Steve, but one of our collective favorites, and as D'Lo Brown likes to call him, Black Taurus. Call him Black Taurus. Come on, man. He's with Decay now, and I think that's pretty badass.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I mean, other than bringing in like someone like Mecha Wolf, who I think would also fit Decay
pretty
well. God damn, that's a fucking awesome stable right there with him being
that fucking entrance. That fucking entrance, dude. I was like,
it's fucking dope, dude.
I was like, oh man,
better than Abaddon.
Yep. Yep. So her in there.
He's obsessed with Abaddon, Justin.
I am.
So.
I'm obsessed with Abaddon.
Girl who looks like she's been on a rag for 118 days. Yep. She's awesome. I do like the character. I just like talk shit.
Abaddon's amazing.
Yeah, her character is really cool. It's really out there.
Yeah.
If AEW gives her the time and the chance, she could really get over, I think, in my opinion.
I think if AEW let her go to Impact and start some shit with Decay, they should pay me for these crazy, insane, awesome ideas I have all day.
Yeah. There you go.
It could work.
I mean,
it could get me wet. And I like to get wet.
I thought we're already wet. No?
That's right. Yeah. That's right, brother. So at the end of this is the huge thing coming out of No Surrender, though. So Private Party, I kind of don't like how that turned into a triple threat, but I get storyline wise, it was them versus what? Storm,
Saban and Storm. Saban and Storm, yeah.
Versus the Good Brothers for the Impact Tag Championships. And Private Party doesn't get the win. Matt Hardy's pissed. That's just, more long-term storytelling coming up. Mm-hmm. But then, dude, they announced that New Japan Wrestling's fucking was David Finlay and Juice Robinson.
Real
Juice, by the way. Are coming to Impact. That's fucking nuts.
That's crazy. And
This
that's
is
not the
what
only
as fans,
Is it
and what we
Okada
benefit
too?
from, with all these working
Yes, exactly.
components. It's so fucking awesome. And I can't wait for it to blossom even more as time goes on. Hopefully this isn't just some fly by night fucking situation that only lasts like a few months, What's your guys' fucking take on that shit? We'll start with
I
you,
think that's dope.
Justin
I mean,
Santos, if that is your real name.
Yeah. So I hope so. I was gonna say no, but I think that's really dope. I mean, like we were talking about earlier when they had the territories and like they would use other wrestlers to go to other promotions, and I think it's a great thing. I think they said Okada's coming to Impact too, right?
That's another thing.
Like that.
Okada, that's huge.
Which
And
is
Okada
pretty
actually,
wild.
he actually wrestled in Impact before.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think he was like a Kato Kalin type character or something, though.
Yeah.
Kato. Yes. Yeah. What would be funny if like the Bucks and Okada went Impact as their old like gimmicks, just for like shits and giggles.
It would be cool.
Because the Bucks were like Generation Me. On
Not so
Impact
much for Okada,
before.
but
Who else did they sign real quick?
who
else,
NXT, WWE.
NXT, WWE, same company.
Who didn't they? Blake Christian, Alex Zane.
Yeah, Blake Christian. And when we had fucking shout out to David Russell from Deathmatch Russell Podcast. We were talking to him last week. And he's like, man, I didn't know that was his last hurrah on the Indies. But he was also just on fucking
No
Impact.
Surrender.
He was on No Surrender, dude, with a killer match. Let me tell you, and go into this again real quick.
That revolver match.
I cannot tell you how heartbroken and happy I was when, they announced the Rascals had signed with WWE. Great for them because they are great fucking fun dudes. Got a lot of opportunities to interact with those guys at Warrior.
Yeah. Super
solid, cool guys, man. If you guys go in our YouTube and check out the little video they cut for us, it's pretty fucking awesome. But I was heartbroken because I'm like, God damn it, do they know what they got? Are they going to utilize them correctly? Much like a lot of people. So far, so good, other than the name shit, whatever. I can get over that. I'm not that butthurt. But I am super ecstatic that fucking Trey, he stayed.
Yeah.
He stayed with Impact, and he's kind of reinvented himself. And that fucking match, dude, was insane. That X Division, what was it, #1 contendership match?
Yes.
Josh Alexander ended up fucking winning.
Called a revolver match or something.
Holy shit, dude. The moves, he's one of those guys that he's going to be, dude, he just innovates constantly, consistently, and efficiently innovates in the fucking professional wrestling ring. And I know like Stretton has been awed and fucking, by the Rascals and everything they've fucking done. But I'm telling you, Stret, if you go back and watch that fucking match and like find it on YouTube that they just had, oh my God, dude, I can't even explain the shit that Trey was doing in that match. It's shit I've never seen.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's ridiculous how good he is.
And then just shoot off from just like your arms and up here.
Yeah, like a slingshot shotgun Hurricane Rana or some shit. It was just insane.
What the fuck?
I don't know what that was, dude, but I was just like,
Nobody does.
Yeah,
that's how
I had to watch it like 3 more times. I was like, what the hell did he do and how did he do it? It was just insane.
That's
how
crazy.
Do you want it?
When you see shit like that and you see the wrestlers do that, it's like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Shout out to you guys because I didn't really know too much about the Rascals until I saw your guys' YouTube channel and you guys had like a couple interviews from them. And that's actually how I knew about them is through you guys. So shout out to you guys.
Oh, sweet.
I appreciate the rub. If you want to really get me off, give me a little bit more, asshole.
Let's go. Can I use Vaseline or lube first before I do that?
I use JR's barbecue sauce of the hot variety. I got that. Motherfucker. Hey, we're bringing it back.
Stone Cold.
Twice.
Stone
Take
Cold.
a shot. Don't you know it's in the know?
By God, he killed him.
We go from Jim Ross to Joni Mitchell. That's just the kind of fucking eclectic people.
And then the Paul Mitchell
Let's go.
on the Juice Pro Wrestling Podcast. Honestly, thank you for those kind words. I think that's all I have about you guys. Got anything else as far as like new shit that's been fucking getting your boners fucking raising up to what is it on the Go Big show? Also another wrestling related thing. They have like that Richter scale, the Sean Richter scale.
Yep.
Eli Drake.
The LA Knight Richter scale.
God
Damn it. Fucking god damn it.
Man, I'm just stoked for the partnership, man. The door is open. So
that match on Dynamite was sick.
Dude, oh my god, it was amazing.
I know. He's like, oh, the Dynamite was kind of but did you see the end? They were throwing potatoes at each other. It was awesome.
Sounds just like me.
It does. Totally unenthused and like,
it was awesome. Oh,
very chill. No, I'm kind of with you guys. I mean, usually I would be more excited like what's going on because it's the road to WrestleMania. But honestly, like the other outside stuff is too. It's like there's like a huge buzz too with like AEW and everybody else doing collaborating. The Kenta thing and the whole New Japan thing is like what's really getting me involved in the whole AEW. So to see where that goes, I just hope they just don't fuck. They don't fuck
That's it up.
I just hope not.
The Alliance storyline back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they got to be careful. There's so many different avenues they could go down to. They could do a bullet club of like kind of Civil War, or they could do a huge reunion and Bullet Club could take over everything.
Yeah.
They kind of had a Civil War, remember when Cody and Omega were feuding.
Yep.
Let me ask you guys this, because I heard this was like a hot thing going on Twitter. Some storyline that AEW and Impact whipped up with Sammy Guevara.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
And he didn't like it.
That?
So
is that for real?
It's for real.
Is that a work, brother?
Brother.
Let me tell you something, Jack.
I understand, and I've read enough places, enough credible sources that it was real. He didn't like the storyline, and he went to AEW officials or told Impact officials, "Hey, I don't like this. Like, you guys do something different." And they're like, "No," so they just scrapped the storyline
for now. Yeah.
For now.
Well, who knows? He could show up on Impact tomorrow, for crying out loud. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. I just don't want to lose that, like Justin, like you're saying, like lose that
pre-dirt sheet feeling
for what could happen. If they fuck this up or something goes south. One guy sneezes the wrong fucking way, and all of a sudden they don't want to do business together. Like, because there's so much potential, dude. I mean, could you imagine a build to a card, something that could rival WrestleMania in a sense? Maybe not the grandiose. Well, maybe, because Tony Khan's a fucking billionaire, and all these other companies, they're made of Impact is owned by a fucking company that has money. New Japan, they have money.
Have money for sure.
But it could all build to something that is just like they did the original like wrestling pay-per-view. What was it? It was like Crockett Promotions or something. It was like AWA and NWA and WCCW. They were all bringing their fucking talents together, all their major talents. And then that's kind of right where Vince was like, well, fuck this. I'm do WrestleMania. The final bullet to the fucking head to get his fucking point and his vision across. It could be totally something like that. That would be a huge payoff for all the fans. That would be fucking awesome, especially if fans are able to be back in somewhat full capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at the Super Bowl. They had a lot of people there.
That's true.
Do something like that.
That's exactly. I thought it was an old video of Super Bowl, but I was
like,
so
did I. I thought
mostly Photoshop some fans in,
right? All green screened. A bunch of cardboard cutouts.
I love that Super Bowl, by the way, because I didn't really watch much of it.
Super Brawl? Was that what it calls? Was it
Super Brawl or WrestleCade?
Something like that. I know that they can't use one of them. I know they can't use Clash of Champions.
Right.
But like I thought it was one of those, like what you're saying, Brody. But like they could. So that's the element that I think is missing from AEW and all them is the crowd. Because we don't really know how much of like everyone likes this. I mean, we know because we talk to each other all the time and we see it on Twitter, like people like it. But to legitimately know if it's over, like you need that crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you could go the fucking. God damn it! They fucking always post this shit, but the numbers, the ratings don't lie, and I think Eric Bischoff just came on and said that, like, AEW, they're great and whatever, but they've kind of hit like a stagnant point. They haven't. It's very rare that they can get up past 1 million viewers. And I think even with last week's episode, it dropped down like 100,000 viewers or whatever. And I try not to pay attention to that bullshit because, dude, who the fuck are we? We're not owning any fucking, TV company. At the end of the day, I give 1% a fuck. And I'll tell you why real quick, because if they do bad enough numbers, they won't be around. So if I enjoy the product, but unfortunately a lot of other people don't at the network, kind of fucked on that sense. But I don't know, man. The pandemic thing really fucked shit up with pro wrestling. I think it helped and hurt it. But right now and AEW has somewhat of a crowd there. Out of anything, they were the ones that utilized, at least we're going to use the wrestlers as fans and give you more of that feeling that you didn't have. Because I'll be honest with you, I love Impact. They've been killing it. But I fucking hate the piped in crowd noise when it's an empty fucking arena and it's obvious. At least with the Thunderdome, there's people on the motherfucking screens. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like the piped in crowd, I'm kind of tired of it too. Piped in crowd, I'm tired of it. Like I was okay, and I was like, all right, this is decent. I could see like for the wrestlers because they need a reaction, to go off of. But to me, like I compare it to like masturbating. Like it's not as good as the real thing. You know what I'm saying? And you're just kind of just working yourself. But the worst piping.
I know what I like, so I don't mind working myself. It'd take me a good less than a minute.
Okay.
Into my sock.
No, but
I have to make
the worst, the one that like just did it for me when I was like, yo, I'm tired of the piping crowd is the Undertaker tribute. When they did the Undertaker tribute, and they turned that freaking crowd that crowd so loud where you knew it was fucking fake as hell.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, like who is chanting like this fast at this speed? Like nobody would do that, And it was just so bad. And I wish they just didn't do the tribute. I know they had to, but man, it was just bad. And I was like, ever since that point, I was like, I'm done with the piping crowd,
Yeah.
Video game crowd.
Let me ask you this. Would you consider you guys mainly a WWE? Is that your main fucking bread and butter as far as what you like to watch? Or are you really all over the board? Are you guys straight up doing the fucking indie scene too? Like what's going on? What's the real deal?
So the Get Cho podcast, what we do is like, okay, so we try to bring all of the wrestling, not just WWE, right? But since like we are mostly comedy based and we like to talk shit and joke about other stuff, the best thing about joke about that everybody would know is WWE or AEW. You know what I mean? Because that's what people see.
It's the most popular shit. Yeah,
yeah, it's the most popular shit, and it's like it's the one that most people are kind of like relate to in terms of like the jokes. In the indie scene, I mean, we can have a field day. I mean, because when there's a card of like at least 10 people, like 4 of those people are gonna just be bad. But you have to give them you have to give them the benefit of the doubt because they're still new, they're still learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'd be wrong to make fun of them. But like on WWE, they could botch something, they could fuck up something. So like mostly of our jokes are WWE based, but it's not like we're like cling to just WWE. For me particularly, Lucha Libre is my shit. I love Lucha Libre. Like when I go on the Zoom calls with my friends and stuff, I put El Santo because Santo,
oh yeah,
the wrestler.
Yeah,
and so
he's
that's
like God down
my
there,
shit.
man.
And for Charlie and Garn, like they're more in the indie base, and Daryl and they're like all over the place. So if I had I would talk about CMML and Psycho Clown and all that shit, but that's not a lot of people know that,
Dude, Sam Adonis at Pale Pro.
So all the jokes come from WWE, AEW. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Did you watch that shit?
Mortis and all that. So
you talk about Psycho Clown, fucking Pale Pro on. You guys can go fucking watch the replay on Fight. Pick that up. I think it's only like $10, something like that. But Sam Adonis, who we just had on the show, had an insane match against Psycho Clown. I mean, dude, it was brutal. It was brutal, bloody, real big, stiff. Real hard, real stiff. Coming out with all the old. What do you think about that one, Sren?
I didn't hear it. Change your underwear or something?
Because he's real wet, so you got to change the underwear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to chafe after you
Yeah,
know,
you do.
Yeah,
been
no,
soggy in
yeah,
your
you
grundle all
do.
day.
Yeah,
There's some people
baby.
have a chafe fetish.
Really?
Yeah.
It's really bad when you chafe. It smells like
Gotta be.
fucking rotten
way you-
cheddar.
That's why you carry baby powder on you.
Some people like bad smells. It turns them on. Some people like a little bit of like
Cheese?
scabs and
Yeah.
It smells like bad meat or good cheese.
Yeah, no shit. Scabs. Moving on. I want to get to this fucking game.
Game?
But we're
It's
not-
all about the game.
We're not going to do that right now. No. We're just leading you guys on, you boys and ghouls that are watching and listening. You got a little taste of the Get Cho Juice Pro Wrestling rivalry. All right. It culminates next time when you tune in to the Juice Pro Wrestling podcast. You can't have it now. You'll get it next time. Tune in later. We'll see you. Thank you very much.
You gonna do sex to me? Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!